Well, hey, K-ROG, welcome to the cold Wednesday morning. We got Tag Chief Tom Cooksey, the fire prevention chief, here with us this morning. And we're going to do our little fire prevention stuff that we do, and we're going to talk about the AIDS baking soda. So, Chief Cooksey, what do you think? It can be a great aid if we have a fire.
Yes, in the kitchen you can use baking soda to help extinguish some of the fires. Obviously, if the fire grows too large, you can actually use your extinguisher if needed. But prior to that, you can use baking soda to put on a fire. Obviously, if you have a grease fire, you want to try to smother that fire rather than putting water on it, because if you put water on it, it's obviously going to spread. You can put baking soda over the fire, but in a pan or where the fire is located, and then try to smother it, and it will also exclude the oxygen and help put the fire out with that. We also use baking soda, and we use these bags, and we can pre-make these. We use them for flue fires. If you notice you have a flue fire, and you can, if you have a fireplace inside, obviously once there's a fire, you want to begin to close the damper, and if you can safely get up on the roof, you can go ahead and get up top, take off your chimney cap, and you can drop these pre-made bags. They're just Ziploc bags full of baking soda. You can drop those down there. It's the same process we're going to do to start out. And then you want to try to cap off that flue if you can safely get up to the top of your roof. Obviously, this time of year, you got to be prepared for icy conditions, whether it's wet or, again, ice. But just do that in a safe manner, and then you want to work until the fire's out. We do ask that you do not try to put a fire hose down. That can cause extreme damage to the fire flue, that's the chimney, and it could allow the fire to spread. And obviously that's going to cause more of a problem throughout. So again, that's just some quick safety facts about what we can use baking soda for in the kitchen fires and as well as a flue fire. So that's.
Well, I'll jump back in here, Tom, with some more questions. And so obviously, the best thing is have a fire extinguisher mounted in your kitchen somewhere or in the cabinet, or relatively know where one is. Obviously, if you spray a fire extinguisher, it's going to create a bigger mess inside your entire house, but not as big as mess if the fire burns them down.
Very true. Obviously, if you have an extinguisher, you should have an extinguisher within a close proximity to any time you have a cooking appliance. And with that being said, if you end up having to use it, then obviously you'll need to stop the cooking process, and you'll have to have that cleaned up and get it moving. But the baking soda can help prevent some of that damage if you can get it on it quick, or you can, again, if you have to use the extinguisher, please do not hesitate. Go ahead and use it if you need it.
Some of the stuff we see with the flue bags, it melts the bag as it goes down, but if you got an insert, it's going to build up on the back of the insert. And that's where we have a lot of trouble with inserts, is it builds up on the fire, creosote on the back of the insert.
Yeah, again, it will help prevent that, but I mean, when you drop those down, it does build up back there, and then that will have to be removed. We do recommend that you have somebody that's licensed and professional come out and look at it and check on it after that fire, after we've extinguished it, and just to make sure that it doesn't, that there's not been any damage that we can't see from the beginning, and somebody that has a more technical knowledge of it can actually look at it and give you a better decision.
Let's hold that box of baking soda up there, and we'll end with, most all of us have got this in our refrigerator at times to help, freshen it up. Get that baking soda. It's a cheap way to put out a fire, safe way to put it out. Don't use water on any kind of grease fires or anything. Get out, get your baking soda. We'll be back next week to talk about
appliance safety and some issues that you'll see throughout your cooking process and throughout the winter.
Thanks, Tom. This is K-ROG Wildcat Radio TV with Logan-Rogersville Fire Prevention.